Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel once again. This is Taha Abbas. It's 3:30 a.m. in Karachi, and I cannot sleep. Uh, it's a problem for me usually, and but it's a blessing in disguise because late night, it's very peaceful and there's a lot of stillness because everyone's asleep and most of the electronics are also switched off. Uh, and it's a good time to connect with your higher self, pray. Uh, it's very healthy um, because the early wake up, the better. And so I thought I should just some time doing a video. I prefer live session because it's quite. We don't have this uh, self belief because our identity hasn't been developed properly, and uh, because of that, we don't have complete control over ourselves, our mind. We don't have that authority, and that really, has a deep impact on us because you don't have this clarity as your mind is filled with how others perceive you and what they will like, what they you know and how according to them your life will get better because we haven't realized who we are, what is right for us. In a 13 or 14, it's important at that time when you're deciding what subjects to choose for your career and everything. At that point, a child must be able to think independently. This is something we don't encourage in schools, and it's ironic that they give us a choice to decide certain subjects, and nobody prepares you for the practical life and how to become a strong person or develop strong character. And why even people after graduating they are illiterate. I mean, there are only 10% people who in the world, I would say, that they are educated, and truly educated people are probably 1%. uh, because the word education means to be enlightened, and somebody who is enlightened is somebody who knows his soul. uh, and as we are moving forward in this life, we are seeing how people are no longer concerned about your degrees and you know uh, your CV. They want to see of what you are capable of, no matter what your age is. A 16-year-old, what your age is, you could be 16, you could be 30, you could be 40, you could be 60. People spend their entire lives pleasing others, and they waste so many opportunities. They sometimes try to be a martyr, and they are doing too much. It's good to live for others, but not at the expense of your soul, your sanity, your well-being. You have to take care of yourself in order to take care of others, and you end up harming yourself. Everybody has their own capacity, and if you're not happy, if you're not content, you have to be honest with yourself. So uh, one really has to develop this sense of self, uh, and every sense of self is not a bad thing. Being an egomaniac is a bad thing. Being completely selfish, self-centered is a bad thing. And nobody is perfect. Only God knows, who's better. But the fact is that God created us in the form of a soul, and He uh, put this spirit inside this body once it was created in our mother's womb. This body is talking uh, because the soul exists inside it. It's not the other way around. So you have to understand that our personality also develops like that. First, there is self development, and then one can only develop spiritually. Your spiritual development depends on your self development, because it's pretty logical. I used to think that, because of so many experiences, one tends to deny that the self is completely, an illusion, and it's unnecessary and all that. But now my perspective is changing, because one cannot live a practical life, one cannot survive in this cruel world if they don't have a strong sense of self. you know i I see children uh, who are in their late teens, and they are uh, so independent, which is exactly how it should be. uh, and they can take care of themselves, and a part of me envies that, because I feel that I wish I was that vigilant and aware, and able to do things on my own. And I am learning at my own pace. But what I am understanding is that you cannot excel spiritually if your base or your foundation hasn't been developed. Unfortunately, we have separated faith from our personal development. That's the reason why we are confused. Because if you see in the society, people are following this pattern where they just they're they're born, and then they learn Arabic. I'm talking about the society of Pakistan, and they have no idea what the meaning of, what Quran actually means. They're just rote learning, memorizing it, uh, like this, Allahu Akbar, Allahu, and because it's a culture, and the child then goes to school, and over there he's rote learning. It's no different from a madrasa, and he's being pushed, and now eventually the child will graduate, right? By the time he's 21, 22, whatever. And if the child has not learned how to stand up on his feet, how to, you know, uh, face the turmoils of life, and how to earn his own living and face the consequences of his actions, take responsibility for his life, uh, he will still be a man child or a woman child by the age of 25, which is the age when the brain has been completely developed or the personality has reached maturity. Because I mean, we see majority of people in the world at that age, they have gotten married and they have kids. Uh, so yeah, but of course, just because somebody is married and has kids does not necessarily mean that they are emotionally or spiritually mature. But it's just a point where a person is supposed to be completely independent, where they can take care of their family, people can depend on them, they are able to, serve their purpose. And anyway, so I feel that there's a difference between pleasing and serving others. Our purpose on earth is to serve the creation of God, but when you are living a practical life, you have to have the discernment that I am an individual, uh, and just like I have to sleep, I have to wake up at a certain time, I have to exercise, I have to eat, you know, for this body. The same way you have to make certain choices that are for your well being. You are a human being, you're not some saint who, I mean, saints are uh, one of a kind. They have been sent on earth, and they are not just serving humanity. I mean, they are all kinds of personalities, but they have a lot of humility. You know, uh, so as as a normal average person, we have to try to be meek and humble, no doubt. But we have to be aware that turning the other cheek does not literally mean that you let people step over you. You have to stop them gracefully, or I mean, if somebody is going to try to enter your house forcefully and try to occupy that, you cannot let them just come inside and do whatever they want. you know uh, you will have to retaliate. You need to defend yourself, and there's nothing wrong with defending yourself. Yes, if you are uh, being aggressive towards somebody who's not bothering you and you are trying to harm them, you have an ill intention, then that is wrong. So so when I say don't try to please others, you it simply means that you have to learn to say no to people uh, when when you are, for example, making certain choices for yourself, or if somebody is trying to interfere in your life, you know, and you obviously you will react uh, either internally or externally according to the state you are in. Even if I tell you not to do it, you will do what you want to do. But our issue is that we are lacking faith, and this is the reason why we remain insecure. We have to focus on God, and that is the only way you will seek the right guidance. Or you can, go to somebody who's a spiritual father, counselor, somebody who is close to God, and they can, in their blessings or their support, can help you in your life, and there's nothing wrong with that. But you have to understand that you have to live your own life. That person will not be there, the mentor. Just like you go to a therapist, you know, that therapist, no matter how much empathy that person has, they cannot uh, help you outside those premises. Now, God is everywhere. He is conscious of each atom, every person, every soul. But it makes us wonder, why isn't God helping me? Why isn't God helping me? But God has given us reasoning. He's given us an intellect, intuition, instincts. He has given us this medium to pray to Him, to live in a certain way so that we can get, uh, you know, the right support, guidance from Him. We can learn from our religion, you know, and there's so much stuff that has been given to us that we take for granted, because there's so much corruption in the culture that people are losing this discernment between right and wrong. And I have to look at my inner corruption that I'm seeing outside. And yeah, I feel that uh, the more, like, when we talk about self development, it it is not separate from spiritual development. It is the fundamental of spiritual development, and they both will go hand in hand. That is the only way you can progress, because you cannot, as an adult. I mean, when you are young, you are in your own world and everything, and things are happening rapidly. But there comes a time when you have to, return to your roots. No matter what your position is, you could be a CEO at 36, or you could be completely broke, or out of job, like me. Anyways, so it's really important to understand that uh, be completely honest with yourself. If you have any anger inside of you, you have to give that, you know give that anger, uh, release that anger back to the universe. Release all those insecurities. Surrender all of that to God. It's like you your shield is your aura, your soul, which can only be protected through God's grace. You are surrendering your weapons to God, and He will provide you with the right weapon to fight the spiritual warfare or learn how to live in this world. And I mean, I am not giving any impression that I know like everything, or I keep repeating that in every video. I think I am learning like a child learns to walk. I feel uh, really overwhelmed in this world, and I'm taking baby steps to keep going, to keep doing something, and not give up. And this is what I want to share, that you will not be perfect. You might not succeed in a day. It's just a path towards perfection or success. Each step you take takes you closer to God. That is the true success. Closeness to Allah, to God, is the true success. No matter what you achieve, your responsibilities are necessary. But even those responsibilities that you are fulfilling, they are means to, you know, towards the higher goal, which is to see closeness to God. Uh, so our intention must be that whatever I'm doing it for God, and that will, when you actually start living for God, your everything starts shifting. It's not that you won't face any adversities. It, you might actually get more tests, because now you are stepping into this territory where you are setting an intention that you want to live for God. Now you will feel that as if you're being attacked from all angles, and you have to be prepared for that, because it's very easy to be too arrogant or to be aggressive and all that, because I mean, yes, there is a conflict that some at on one hand we have to have a strong personality or character, but at the same time, how can we be humble if we are in this world? And so that is what I'm saying, that the only way you will be able to cope is uh, through support of God, and somebody who is close to God. If you can find somebody who can guide you practically, and there's no shame in that. Uh, so you don't have to worry about being perfect again. You just have to understand that uh, if you feel uh, confused, or like a pushover, uh, you feel that this world is a terrible place, and you don't belong here, and you haven't learned how to face the masses and all that. You you have to realize that you are not alone. First of all, many people are going through that, they just don't say it. Everybody is wearing a mask, and it's really important to understand that uh, we have to trust Allah, and understand that no matter how God has made you, whatever position you are in right now, just think that God accepts me as I am. God accepts me as I am. God accepts me as I am. He loves me unconditionally. He loves me unconditionally. He loves me unconditionally. He is here and now. He is here and now. He is here and now. He is showering us with His grace. He is showing mercy. We are one with Him even though we are not conscious of Him. But He is conscious of us all the time. And we have to truly, truly believe that God is with me and He is taking care of me. He's watching over me. And I only have to please God. I only have to please God. I am here to please God, my Creator. And and soon you will learn that even though you might make silly mistakes, you will probably laugh about it and move on, because you will realize that your purpose is far greater than these things that are nothing but dust. So it's beautiful, how we started this session and now we have reached uh, this solution. We have seen something magical happening, transpire in these 29 minutes. So it was wonderful talking. uh, do share your thoughts in the comments, and if you love this video, please share it with your friends. uh, Hopefully, inshallah, God willing, we will meet tomorrow. Have a nice day. God bless you all. Take care. Bye bye.